that one too. But what do you think? How do you think he's going to sell himself?
Cameo intro.
Oh, I can't wait. He's the Duke of the Dabbleverse. The funny thing is that it seems like this is a continuation from this life he's trying to get past, right? He's going to leave the Dabbleverse. I guarantee that's all he talks about.
Like worldwide celebrity. He's basically just trying to find another grift, really, another way to get money from people. There's that handsome devil, but here he is. Let's see.
Hi, everybody. This is the world-famous Stuttering John Melendez. I'm sitting my ass in my Mercedes as I just get out of the gym. I only go to the gym for one reason. For the ladies. You know, I got to keep this 47-year-old body in incredible shape to keep the poon a-prancing.
What?
But anyway,
You never made the poon prance?
as you know, I am the Don of Derriere.
Listen to this brilliant dialogue. And look at this beautiful, clean presentation face he has.
That's right. I am the king of Crunt.
What?
I'm the poobah of pussy. Anyway, if you want a cameo from me, please do. You could seriously, I'll read most anything you want.
You can seriously.
I promise you. I am the man. I am the man.
What?
Anyway, I'll see you later. This is Stuttering John saying, Gagia.
Wait, that's his intro?
That's
I hear
gladly.
your idea of dog.
Okay.
Your idea.
So I have to say a couple things here. The idea that he has his headrest up so high is not good for him because we've all been in his little driver's seat like this. It's not helping his cause at all.
Probably so close to the steering wheel.
I didn't even notice that. That's a great catch.
But why did he decide, hey, my first ones, I'm going to do these right after the gym in the car? He's not going to wait to, like, get cleaned up or anything or maybe read them.
Oh,
and...
He hasn't been
Brandon,
cleaned
maybe you
up.
don't work out as much as he does, but he's always at the gym, so what else is he going to do this?
7 meals a day. Anyway, I hear you
hold
like
on.
to fish a lot.
We're stepping all over these great jokes. He goes, you don't know what a gym is, you fat ass. Your idea of a diet is cutting down to 7 meals.
Bar.
Hey,
Professional
I hear you
comic.
like to fish a lot as well. Well, I do too. I'm only fishing for poon. That is my main goal, which explains why I'm in the gym. I'm not only in the gym to kick the asses of the people that have betrayed me and have said rotten things. I'm also in the gym for the ladies. So every day.
Hold on a second.
Every day about 5.
If he wants to be attractive to women, shouldn't he be going to a therapist? Like the personality is the problem, and not the physique.
Hey, the women at the gym are not interested in him.
No,
you got-
he knows that too.
Who says
He thinks
poon
if he gets
anymore?
into really good shape, and all the chicks at the bar where he hangs out are going to want to go home with him.
Who says poon anymore, by the way?
Days a week, I'm pumping iron and thinking about beating the living shit out of the people that have trashed my family. Now, Ryan, I know that's not you.
All right, you can pause there.
I love it when people make cameos about themselves, even though they're supposed to be making it for the...
I got to get out of this toxic area. Like he explained, I'm leaving the Dabbleverse. It's too toxic. I need to go on and do other things. And immediately a guy's just like, hey, my buddy Ryan likes fishing. And, maybe you can say hi to him. He's
Happy
just
birthday.
Like, yeah. Right, yeah. Hello.
And this one really shows John's command of technology.
Well, hello from across the pond. This is the world famous Stuttering John Melendez saying hello to Phil and saying congratulations on your engagement. I know you're a fan of my hit song, I Feel Small.
No, he's
so
not.
let me do a little bit for you.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
It's so ready.
I feel so small.
Yeah.
I can't remember it now. Hello, Philip.
So he literally hits stop and starts it over. Didn't he erase it?
Wet brain. Too much whippets. You wrote it, stupid. How can you forget it? Dumbass.
He didn't erase what he did. He just started over.
This is the world famous Stuttering John Melendez. I hear you're a big fan of my hit song, I Feel Small.
Can you pause it?
Let me do a little bit of...
I remember the lyrics. Since we play this on this show, where he says, I feel so small when I'm at the urinal. Remember, he was like changing out words to pronounce to make it rhyme.
So, okay, I'm going to quiz you then here. How much of the song do you think he sings on his second go-round?
Oh, gosh, I got to think of the whole chorus, probably, right? I feel so tiny, like a baby's hiney.
I would think he would do a good amount of the song.
Okay.
You. I feel so small, only 3 feet tall. I feel real tiny, like a baby's honey. Anyway, I hear that you're getting married.
That's it.
I wanna
That's all he
say
can remember.
congratulations.
Yep, that's all he can remember.
And I want to give my condolences to your sex life. But in all seriousness, if I had to give you any advice, don't do what I did. Don't get divorced. If you're going to have kids, as Blink 182 once said, stay together for the kids. Anyway, because it's real tough.
Blink 182, like I said before, thank God for these kids that he left and abandoned them. Could you imagine? They're screwed up now, how bad they would be if he had been with them for 12, 15 years. Wow.
On you, your wife, and your children.
All right,
Not to
pause
bring
it.
you down.
He's the one making this personal.
Yes.
So his youngest just got into Harvard, just started they're starting their second semester at Harvard coming up. And that was with John being out of the picture for most of his life. So it seemed like it worked out fine. Sometimes it's better to get a stepdad who actually does a good job parenting.
Not to mention, when you congratulate someone on their engagement, they're about to get married, do you sit there and then start just lamenting about your divorce and how awful it was?
And all the cliche stuff like, hey, once you get married, guess what? No more blowjobs. Like, yeah, we know.
No one has ever used that joke
But
before.
anyway, I hope you have a great marriage and a great wedding. I can't believe I said marriage without stuttering. And if I'm ever in the UK, I'm guessing that's where you are, come see me. I'm starting my one-man show, and it'll be coming out soon. And as far as one more piece of advice, make sure that your girlfriend is not taping you while you talk on the phone. Thank you very much. This is Stuttering John saying,
More relatable advice from John there.
Gig coming up because if I ever come to your city, I'll be there. And he goes, that sounds stupid. I mean, I'll give you VIP tickets to come see me.
No, how about we should hang out or something? Even that, it's better than come see me. Hey.
He's not going to go to the UK to perform anything.
No.
It's ridiculous. Like, I don't see any other celebrities acting like they're going to get together with the person who just paid $50 for a video. Like, they don't respect you at all for doing that.
John might if there's another dollar he can make from it.
Yeah, he's like, you can buy me a beer.
Free beer, yeah, some free Coors Light.
When do you think he's coming back to do his show and to do Super Chats?
Well, I was on Point Dabble Point yesterday, and I asked Cardiff that exact question, and Cardiff is a Stuttering John whisperer.
Oh, yeah.
And he brought up a
Next
very
week.
good point. Us YouTubers, we get paid on the 21st of the month.
Oh.
John had a big month last month because it was his big farewell tour, and he had these long drunken shows on the 30th and 31st. Lots of super chats coming in. He's going to see a big dollar amount on that 21st of January. And then February 21st?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, my income's gone. All I got is this cameo money. Uh-oh.
Well, how many videos does he even have up? Doesn't he delete half of them anyways?
Well, he's only got a couple up right now. The cameo. He only has a few
Two.
that are public right now. But I imagine that he will get a whole bunch of them in the next 2 weeks, and then they'll just dry up after 2 weeks. People will stop getting, Stuttering John personalized messages.
Well, especially if he's not going to read them like he does with Super Chats, where he just would take everyone and rag on himself. I mean, that's the best part about the Super Chats is most of them are shitty. He might not do that for Cameo.
Right. So John's devised this thing. He's like, well, I read a super chat that's $2 and makes fun of me. What if I charge people $50 to make fun of me? Mm-hmm. And I think this actually might be a smart play. Unfortunately,
Really?
Cameo's done. Cameo's dead.
Is it?
Yes.
he's
Nobody
on
cares
there.
about Cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if people are going there, it's because they're seeing on Dabblers Anonymous. He's been posting on Twitter. He's on Cameo now. So I agree with you guys. I think that there'll be an initial run on this, people trying to get like funny jokes in and inside jokes or whatever, and then they'll just get bored and stop.
So then by that logic and that YouTube payment math, end of March he'll be back?
I think end of February.
End of February? Yeah. Okay. You don't think the Cameo money will hold him over for one short month?
Maybe, yeah. He's also got this gig, so he's doing stand-up. Well, he's hosting a stand-up show in Cape Coral. Mm-hmm. And it's a benefit for the police department.
Oh, good.
Smart move. Get in with the cops wherever you move to.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But
well,
I have a feeling it's $25 a head, and that includes dinner. I have a feeling there'll be some dabblers there who will report back to us.
Yeah, but
it's a charity event. That's good.
Are they going to be careful with all the cops around?
Right. Is he going to do the squeegee joke at a police event? That's his main joke.
We'll find out. That's his closer, Brandon. We'll find out.
What's the squeegee joke? Are you gonna ruin it?
The squeegee joke is
it just dirty or is it
it's where you jerk off on your stomach.
Right. Okay, I have heard that, yeah.
And then you take your boxes and you kind of squeegee it all down in there.
Into your pubes.
Into your pubes. That's his closing joke.
And then your pubes look like Don King. Yeah. That's his closer. A reference from 1988 is his closer.
Well, I'm glad he's still out there making content. So
Don King's still in the news. He just got hit with a $3 billion lawsuit.
That's true.
Well, it's going to revive the
very
joke.
Fresh.
Yeah,
very fresh.
The joke is back.
What other content do we have today, Carl?
All right, so Jamila Jamil. I know we've talked about her on this show before. And she is now leaving her big podcast, I Weigh. She's her final episode. So I want to start with that. If you don't know who Jamila Jamil is, she was a British TV and radio personality who moved to the U.S. and starred on The Good Place and was hosting a game show on TBS, The Misery Index. And she is an activist.
Yeah.
She's also all about activism, and the description of the show is: join actress and activist Jamila Jamil as she explores issues surrounding the mental health, body image, and activism with a diverse range of inspiring guests.
That covers everything. That is a pretty big
Discover how to celebrate progress over perfection and learn how to encourage better mental health, healthier body positivity, and more. This podcast is more than just talk. It's a movement.
No, it's not. It's very, but first of all, if it doesn't do very well, I mean, that's why she's ending it.
No, we're going to find out why she's ending it, Mark.
Oh, really? Okay, well, let's start.
This is crazy. Now, remember, this is another one of these mental health podcasts. Someone who's going to help us with our mental health. This person is probably the most unhealthy mental person I've heard.
She's had every ailment, too. Like, it's on her Wikipedia page, even, like, every single ailment she has.
Hypochondriac.
She's been anorexic, and now it's all about body positivity. I don't think she handled that very well.
Well, let's find out. My clip number 8, she's going to describe how this podcast began.
Okay.
So for anyone who doesn't know, this podcast was born of a very premenstrual rant that I did on my phone from the back of my boyfriend's tour bus in 2018, where I was just fucking sick of people having to measure their value via what they weigh on a fucking scale. And so I challenged it by saying, I weigh my friendships and my experiences and my failures and my orgasms.
Whoa. She weighs her organ. I hope my doesn't value her life based on something like this.
It must weigh a lot. Squirter.
Oh, my God. She would have been miserable to be on a tour bus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so she was there with James Blake, and they're on tour, and she's premenstrual ranting from her phone, and someone's like, this has to be a podcast. This is amazing.
Well, that's James Blake going, can you just do this on a podcast, and I don't want to hear about it anymore?
Get in the back of the
busy
bus.
Work for her.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So let's find out why she's quitting the show. Apparently, her friend, a very close friend, died at the beginning of 2024. So we're going back to January of last year. And she cannot get over it because it weighs on her while she's doing her show. My clip number 1, this is a lot.
Perhaps it's the weight of the world that has made it harder to recover from this grief, because everything is just so awful and there's grief everywhere you look, and what's been happening in Gaza has been weighing so heavy on my heart, and also, of course, what's happening in Sudan, the Congo, and Afghanistan, and Iran, and Ukraine, and
Oh, God, I'd be miserable, too, if I had to focus on all of that at once.
She can't get over. She's not getting any sleep. She hasn't slept well since 2023. She can't get over her friend's death because all she's doing is focusing on the worst things that are happening in the world every day. This is a mental health podcast.
Yeah.
She also we heard that clip where she talked about she was on a tour bus and hanging out, and I think she's got a pretty charmed life. Maybe
No,
no?
Mark,
What?
her life is awful. It's impossible. It's so difficult.
Well,
You're worrying about every country.
All of us as her therapist, basically, where we have to hear, well, we don't have to, we're choosing to right now, but go see a fucking therapist. Don't put it on a podcast.
She's pouring all of this heaviness on her audience.
Yeah, or
Right, and making them worry about it.
Can't you just
Right.
watch the news like the rest of us and go, oh, that's terrible. What's the next story? Instead, she's carrying it with her.
Some people have a heart, Mark.
Well, I do too, but just in 2-minute
Very-
segments. Until the
very
next
disappointing to do.
until the next story comes up, and then I'm worried about that. I'm compartmentalizing.
Well, it's more than just what's happening in Ukraine and Gaza and the Sudan and the Congo and Iran. Let's talk about my clip number 2.
Oh, is there another place we have to worry about, people?
America and what's happening to girls and women there as we speak. There's just grief everywhere you look. And I'm a doom scroller. I'm also, an advocate. So I'm constantly immersed in all of this. And that's my job. But when you are also struggling with very, very deep personal grief, suddenly it just becomes harder to keep your tank full.
Oh my God!
The tank full.
Why do you want more grief?
She just said what's happening to girls and women in America.
What is she talking about?
Everything.
I think she's referring to the fact that if you get knocked up, you have to drive a couple hours now.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so difficult.
It's a tough life they have. Especially because she brought that up after she's talking about all these other atrocities that are happening in the world. You went, women in the U.S.? That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still rather be a woman here than in Gaza
Yep.
Yeah.
Or a lot of places.
or
Yeah.
Afghanistan where the Taliban rule. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
But guys, it's gotten so bad for her. This year has been so tough. She explains this in my next clip.
I'm not as highly functional as I was. I can't seem to get back to myself. I don't even know how I'm going to find my full self again. I don't know if when my friend went, she just took a huge chunk of me with her.
Oh, my God. Nice blaming the person that's dead, by the way.
Exactly. She's blaming her friend for her not being successful anymore.
I think
Maybe hosting a show about mental health is not for you.
No.
yeah, and it's so negative. Like you pointed out earlier, everything is just, oh, boy.
Yeah, these mental health shows, don't they tend to be very positive? If anything, it's like, oh, that's bullshit. That's
I think she
bullshit.
needs to stop doom scrolling and thinking about her grief and hosting a show. Well, she is stopping the show about mental health.
Yes. Yeah, it's not good for her. She's been having a tough go at it for the entire year, but then she lets us know, hey, just because I'm quitting the show doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to do great things. I'm going to continue to fix the world's problems and donate to charity.
What has she fixed?
She's like, I just need a break from this bummer of a show because this show's a downer. I can't do it anymore.
God, that's awful. Is that? Go ahead.
This continues on. She talks about how miserable she is. My clip number 4.
And so I think I have hit my quota of sad now, both personally and globally.
Oh no!
I don't think so.
So is that why?
She's hit her quota of sad, both personally and globally.
Sad.
I don't think she hit that quota. I think she's got a lot more sad in her.
Think so? All
There's a
right.
lot more sad for her.
Carl, you seem down today. What's going on? I'm just globally sad.
Quota's just hit.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
All this stuff going on. But guys, big announcement. I'm very excited to say that the last episode is not the end of our opportunities to check out Jamila Jamil on podcasts.
I'm going to do another podcast next year. It's going to be a comedy podcast. I will tell you more about that another time. So do stay tuned here. But
Wow, that is quite a pivot.
You can't write this shit. She goes through the first 20 minutes how miserable she is, how awful her life is, and how she can't even do it anymore. I can't even function anymore. There's no way I can do this. So coming back in 2025, we're going to have a hilarious show. You guys are going to love it.
Hey, the best comedy comes out of misery, right?
No,
you would think this would have to be the funniest thing ever.
She's not. She doesn't have that figured out. She's not gonna be able to figure that. Either I predict she will not have another podcast, or it's just gonna be more doom and gloom. That will not be fucking funny.
Maybe she'll do what Howard Stern does, like have a comedian on, and then just be like, "So your upbringing was tough, right?
Yeah, talk about
And your parents get a divorce.
Tell us about
therapy?
Gaza.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen what's going on in the Sudan?
She's got
You think
Bill
Israel's
Burr.
gone too far? What's your take on that, Dave Chappelle?
Exactly.
All right, let's learn more about this audience, because I want to know who is listening to iWay, who's interested in this kind of thing. We get a glimpse of that in my clip number 6.
So many people, for example, when we've done episodes on sex, have written to me, as if they think they're the only person in the world saying, like, I'm, a late bloomer, I'm 30, I haven't lost my virginity. And then I've had about 100 people say the exact same thing, say the exact same question.
What? Really?
Oh, so our audience are losers.
Yeah, total losers.
Yep.
They
Over
want
100 people who haven't had sex at the age of 30
Cat
listening to
ladies.
the show?
that want to be miserable too.
Yep. They are miserable.
Guys, you've been in radio and podcasting long enough that if you get 100 letters,